Stephen A. He's a good guy. He's a smart guy. I love watching him. He's got great entertainment skills, which is very important. People watch him. You know, a lot of these Democrats I watch, I say they have no chance. I've been pretty good at picking people and picking candidates, and I will tell you, I'd love to see him run.
President Trump expressing some unexpected support for a potential presidential bid for my next guest. Could he be who Democrats are looking for? Joining us now is the host of the Stephen A. Smith Show and ESPN's The Take, Stephen A. Smith, who is floating a potential 2028 presidential run. You just heard President Trump again expressing that unexpected support for a potential 2028 bid. What was your reaction when he said that the other night?
I was aghast, to be quite honest with you. I wasn't looking for any kind of endorsement from anybody, especially him. But he is the president of the United States. There's a bit of flattery that comes with getting such words from the man who holds the highest office in the land, and I can appreciate that. But in the same breath, I'm saying to myself, you know what? Evidently, I'd have no chance, because if somebody like that is throwing out my name, clearly they think that, yeah, go ahead and do it so we can beat you. We can romp you, too. So I'm not falling for it. It was nice. It was nice to hear, and I appreciated it, but obviously it is what it is. I hear where he's coming from, but I wasn't thinking about it any more seriously than that.
It's been President Trump's been in office now for more than 100 days. What's been your reaction to his administration so far?
I think it's been a bit haphazard. That's something I've been on the record as saying. Certainly we understand that waste, fraud, and all of that stuff needs to be addressed, but the manner in which he went about it with Elon Musk gave me cause to pause with Doge, so I certainly wasn't happy about that. The tariff wars, I thought he was going to focus first on lowering taxes. That's what I would have liked to have seen, because that was something that he campaigned on, even though he campaigned on tariffs a lot as well. I certainly expected him to, I would have liked rather to see him focus more on lowering taxes first, as opposed to engaging in a tariff war, particularly a tariff war that didn't just include China, but practically everybody else, at least for a short period of time before folks got in his ears and got him to sort of retract a little bit. So I see that. I have no problem with what he's done with the borders. I thought it was absolutely necessary. So I definitely think that that was a plus, because I was never a proponent of open borders. But outside of that, I take a wait and see approach, because, you know, history has taught me that the prism of history is how you determine the success of a president, as opposed to looking at things in the moment in real time, because usually that's going to garner extreme reactions one way or the other. And I try not to lean in either direction of the extreme. I'm a centrist and a moderate at heart, and I try to make sure I'm as balanced in my thinking as I possibly can be.
If you were to run for president, though, it would be as a Democrat, or no?
You know what? I'm an independent. I'm a registered independent. I would lean, who leans left. I'm fiscally conservative when it comes to my money. I'm socially liberal. I'm liberal when it comes to social issues, pretty much across the board. I believe in living and let living. So I'm a moderate, and I would say if I had to run, it would be as a Democrat, but I'm not happy with the Democratic Party. So the Democratic Party is presently constructed. It would pretty much need to be purged in order for me to assume that I would want to be associated with them, and I would garner their support, because I don't like the way they've gone about doing a lot of things for a very, very long period of time. And I think that I don't view Donald Trump as winning the election. I view the Democrats as losing the election, as absolutely positively blowing it with some of their actions. And that's why I think that, you know, again, if somebody was to associate me with that, the party is presently constructed where it leads so extremely left, or at least it spent the vast majority of time doing that. Oh, that is not something that I would vibe with at all. I would definitely be looking to be a game changer in that regard.
What are some of the things that Democrats have been doing that have turned you off and that make you say the party needs to be purged? Who needs to be purged from it, first of all? Do you have any names?
Well, I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to do that to a lot of people. But we know who the extreme left is. We know how they go about operating. We know what we lean towards when it came to open borders. We know that the spending was excessive, even though it's excessive on the Republican side as well. I think a $37 trillion budget, when Republicans try to act like it's just the Democrats, that's not true. But the Democrats certainly shouldn't be absolved from blame in that regard. Certainly with identity politics, woke culture, cancer culture, I thought that that was something that ravaged our nation psychologically, because you had people literally scared they were going to lose their jobs if they pronounced the wrong pronoun, for crying out loud. It got that bad. And I think that that's one of the reasons that Donald Trump is in office today, because so much stuff, a lot is focused on the individual as opposed to actual policies itself. I'm talking about what they preached and what they talked to the American people about, more so than what they're doing. The kind of messages that they were disseminating was incredibly uncomfortable to listen to and to hear, and I thought that it wasn't emblematic of what most Americans are thinking about. They're trying to pay their mortgages, rent, buy food and groceries, pay gas, and deal with the prices, the cost of living, and they want safety in the streets. That's primarily what most American citizens are about, trying to live in peace and harmony, and that's not something that I think either side has promoted along the way, and that's why I think the state of the nation is what it is at this particular moment in time.
You last month said that there are clearly other people more qualified to be president than you. So what do you say to somebody out there who's watching, who thinks you have no political experience, no foreign policy experience? You're a gifted TV sports commentator without question, but are you really prepared to be president of the United States? How would you answer that?
I would say they're absolutely right. I'm not prepared. I'm not qualified. I have no political history whatsoever. I've never been interested in politics a day in my life. How did I come to this conclusion where I've left the door open? I'll tell you how. Elected officials have come up to me. Folks in the streets of America come up to me every single day. Not only that, my own pastor, A.R. Bernard from Christian Cultural Center in Brooklyn, New York, said to me, show respect to people who love and support you by leaving the door open, because you never know what God has planned for you or for us as a nation in the years to come. Just leave the door open. So that's what I did. I know that I have a voice, whether it's on ESPN, whether it's with the Stephen A. Smith Show on YouTube, and iHeartRadio, or any place else that I go. I know that when I speak, millions upon millions of people hear me. One would surmise that they listen to some of the things that I say. And then I look at our politics. How worse can it get? Do you realize right now, and I'm saying this facetiously because I know that you do, Jake, doing what you do every single day. Do you realize that if you are an elected official, your real work is with the campaign? Once you get into office, literally you can get away. I'm talking about the nation's capital specifically, not state and local politics, just the nation's capital. You realize that you can literally go on Capitol Hill, and all your job is to do is to disagree with the other side. You don't even have to do anything else. Whatever the other side feels, you feel the opposite. That's not work. That's not going across the aisle. That's not maneuvering your way through the terrain, through the political terrain, and really negotiating on behalf of your constituency and the American people. All we're doing is engaging in acrimony and hate. And as a result, the American citizens are suffering. So when I look at it from that standpoint, and I think the kind of impact that I could have as a centrist, as a moderate, as somebody who believes in being sensical and engaging in common sense, unfortunately, I believe that if I did take this very, very seriously and I moved forward and I decided that I wanted to be a politician, do I believe I could win? You're damn right. But it's by default. It's not because I'm the most qualified candidate in the world. It's because of the state of our politics in the nation's capital, the politicians that we're looking at, and the fact that we don't believe for 1 second that they are serving the interests of the American people, nor are they interested in it. People look at me and they know one thing. I would be interested in serving the American people and doing what's in the best interest of this country. That means you, that means me, that means the black community, the Hispanic community, the white community, everybody. Because if all of us are rife with chaos, all that's going to lead to is America's destruction. And why would we want to be a part of that? So again, I'm not qualified. There are plenty of people that are qualified, more qualified to be at, practically everybody. But are you going to win? And are you going to be committed to doing what's in the best interest of America? I know I'm that kind of person. That much I will say for myself. I'm not interested in division. I'm interested in galvanizing. That's what I'm about. That's what I try to be about. And sometimes you do that by calling it like you see it. And that's certainly something that I have proven I would do. I'd call it like I see it. People would know that.
100%. Stephen A. Smith, we'll have you back. Thank you so much. Good to see you. Thanks for getting up early. I know you're in California.
Thank you.